Nature is a force that surrounds us everywhere. You can see it everywhere. In the forest, in the mountains, even in a big city where we don't notice it or maybe don't want to notice. People and other creatures fight against it to survive. Sometimes nature rises against us. Its destructive force is fierce, violent, and merciless. You can't predict when it will strike. Water is one of the nature's weapons. Strong current just 15 centimeters deep can knock you off your feet, and 16 centimeters deep current can carry away an average car. In the late July 2019, a bridge over the Solzhen River in Irkutsk collapsed when the current was rerouted by heavy rains and stream jam caused by floating debris. Water scoured the bridge abutments, and it couldn't stand under the river's pressure. This collapse threatened to disrupt the heating season, which was scheduled to start just in a month and a half. The bridge collapsed on July 28th or maybe 29th of 2019, and we were left cut off from the mainland. We had a small crossing, sort of a land bridge under the railroad bridge, but that's it. I had to go back to Irkutsk in the second half of August to take measurements and inspect the structures. Based on the data, we developed an engineering solution for a temporary overpass where we could lay the utilities. The old bridge wasn't properly designed. I don't remember who made the project, but there was no ventilation and a lot of residual elements, chlorine in particular. That led to corrosion of the structures. It was under constant maintenance. 50 to 70% of clear area was corroded. And the new bridge was intended for cars and pedestrians. In March 2020, construction organizations started to move infrastructure to the cable-stayed bridge and construct shore abutment of the motorway bridge. Irkutsk design engineering firm worked very fast. Bridge truss project was finished in record time. We built the truss between the collapsed bridge spans, and the heating season was able to start shortly after that. The finished bridge project was presented to the mayor within 2 weeks. The technical documentation on design concepts and road transport solutions was developed during the next 2 months. Engineers had to gather all the base data. The problem with Solzhen River is that narrow ravines create a huge watershed area. For Solzhen River in particular, this area is about 70 kilometers squared. It rains a lot during summer on Daban. It's important to measure the levels of high water under the bridges over that river. Some of the factors were not considered in the process of project design and construction of the old bridge, which led to bridge scour during high water. There were 5 bridge spans 16 and 8 meters in length. Bottlenecks between the abutments rerouted the current, which led to the bridge scour. The model of the future bridge was conceived and visualized within 3 days. Before construction, a 3D modeling process takes place. Engineers applied seismic loads that can occur in operation, create blueprints, and modernize the structure. We studied similar structures across the world, considered all the engineering aspects, and chose the shape of the bridge. We created a model within a short time frame, and then we had to decide on a color scheme. We chose yellow to make it an eye-catching point of attraction. It is a significant landmark for Baikalsk, so we made it very bright.
Чтобы он был как яркой точкой, такой притяжения, потому что сооружение такое знаковое для Байкальска, и исходя из этих соображений мы сделали его таким ярким.
In the process of choosing the form of the bridge, we paid a lot of attention to natural factors and the distance between the abutments. If the distance was too small, it would cause new stream jams and new changes in the direction of the current. The new bridge was 3-span with 50.5 meters wide water passageway. The distance between the abutments on shores and in the waterway was 16.4 meters from each side. My task was to develop a solution that allows to cover a 100-meter distance with one span. And the easiest way to do this from the technical standpoint was to use an arch design. In the end, the bridge was about 100 meters wide, and the water passageway's width was 50 meters. The trees can easily pass by the abutments. We polled the townspeople to choose a name for the bridge. There was a lot of options: factory bridge, pulp maker's bridge, and so on. In the end, we chose a pretty romantic option: the Bridge of Good Hope. It's the place that will fill people with hopes for a great and bright future. We're standing in front of the main waterway abutment, which consists of transverse bracing and expansion bearing on the distributional abutment stone. The bracing is put on 8 pillars that are submerged into the soil for 12 meters. These pillars are 1,200 millimeters in diameter, with mesh reinforcement with deformed section. As an architect, I tried to make the structure lighter so it would not look like a railway bridge. I think I achieved the goal. We ended up with 2 main arches that are connected with visually light constructs. The roadway is reinforced in a way that it works in tension, taking a part of the load, taking the load from the arch in a way. All the calculations showed pretty good results. With double shear joints, these pins have 40% safety margin despite pretty unassuming looks. A secondary cable-stayed bridge was built near the main motorway one, connected with the roadway via cables. The project for the second bridge was based on the existing cable-stayed overpass structure where the utility infrastructure was placed. We designed a project for utility rerouting. This project was implemented between heating season, and after all the infrastructure was relocated, we dismantled the structure and started the construction of a permanent bridge.
После этого разобрали временное мостовое сооружение и приступили к работам по созданию постоянного моста. Проектная организация
The engineering company did a great job. Very well coordinated work. I don't have any complaints whatsoever.
мы столкнулись с огромным количеством пожеланий, как
We had a lot of requests from the operating organization as well as experts in the town administration, our contractor and our client. There was no problem that we couldn't solve. I think we managed to solve every request and our beloved contractor implemented everything in metal very quickly and competently.
Горячо любимый подрядчик, выполняющий строительно-монтажные работы, очень быстро и качественно реализовал это все в металле.
When we started to work with Irkutsk design engineering firm with Roman Gennadievich, we understood immediately that he's the man we need, because we got everything we needed in time.
Получали вовремя результаты работы, вовремя получали. То есть это вот такое очень грамотное сопровождение.
We had very comfortable relations between the client, the project designer, and the contractor. I think that is a key to successful completion of this work.
Я считаю, что это вот все легло как бы в стадии залога к успешному завершению данной работы.
We are very pleased with the result, despite all the challenges in the process of finding engineering solutions and the implementation of the project itself. We completed the task, we are pleased with the end result, and would gladly do any similar work for you. Today is a great day for our town. We're unveiling this commemorative plaque with the bridge's name, the Bridge of the Good Hope. I want to express my gratitude and appreciation to everyone who made this celebration possible. Thank you all very much. Sometimes one part of nature destroys its other parts, even if they support that one part's life. Like a hive that sends swarms to destroy flower fields. The nature's power is immense. Human tries to tame it, but it still comes out on top. It's a unique living organism that brings us surprises again and again. Calm, blissful, unconcerned.